Alright there guys, Actualman here with a game review for Assassin's Creed Revelations. I've been a big fan of the series of Assassin's Creed. I've been playing it ever since the first game, so I thought I'd do a bit of review of what I thought of the latest game from Ubisoft Montreal. So if you don't know, the story of Assassin's Creed Revelations is the fourth Assassin's Creed game. It's a spin-off of the Assassin's Creed 2 story and the second spin-off, so it follows off from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So as far as the story goes for the game, it's same kind of conspiracy story, which takes place in Constantinople this time, in 1511 AD. And this time you're Ezio again, but you're much later. So you're 30 years older than when you started in Assassin's Creed 2, being Ezio. I don't know his specific age, but in the game he mentions that he's been an assassin for 3 decades. So it's 30 years he's been an assassin now. So yeah, you're looking for, to give a brief synopsis of the plot, you're looking for keys to a library that Altair built in Masyaf, which is the place from the first Assassin's Creed game. And you're looking for 5 keys, I do believe it is, for the thing. And throughout the game you do the same kind of thing again. Find bad guy, kill bad guy, take what you're looking for, and then, as per usual, other elements of the story unfold as you carry on through the game. Certain twists and turns at that. Now, I must say, compared to the other Assassin's Creed games, I didn't find this one to be the best. In fact, I'd say this was the worst, even worse than Assassin's Creed 1. The game isn't any different, which, although you could say is, oh that's good, they kept what they had the same and they made it good, they made it a bit better slightly. It got a bit boring. The only new game mechanic was the hook and blade, which itself was a very good tool, and I'll get onto that later. But other than that, the story didn't change that much, did the same recipe. So if anything, I found the story to be a bit dull, especially with, for example, with the other games, I've kind of taken more time and I've gone through the whole thing. I've done side missions, got that bonus armor you can get from completing certain missions. This time you could only do that thing, get the special armor, if you bought a special edition of the game. You couldn't get it if you only have the normal version of the game, which I thought was a bit of a cop out by Ubisoft, and I'm a bit ashamed of them that they did that. That they only made it available for people who bought the special edition, because I wasn't even sure if I was getting Assassin's Creed. I went and just picked up on the day from my local supermarket, which is 100 meters from my house, so I just went and got it. But so yeah, I couldn't get the special armor, which I'm ashamed about. And the story itself was very short. Other ones have taken me quite some time to do. This one took me, I got it on the 15th, completed on the 16th night. It was quick, whereas in the past I've had to get recruit assassins to help me with the story, buy armor just to survive. In this I didn't. I only upgraded to the 2nd level armor, which is still really rubbish. I bought medicine only once in this game. This game was really easy compared to the other ones. I don't know if it's just the way that the fighting's being made so that it's so easy to counterattack, but I found this to be really easy. The only people I ever had problem with fighting in this game were the people with the large axes, because you can't counterattack them really. But then on the other hand, you kick them a couple of times in the balls and then hit them, and they're dead. So I don't know. I didn't like how easy this game has got. I mean, I know a lot of people make the comparison of how old games used to be solid, and you spend weeks trying to complete one mission, and I don't mind the fact that I think games have gotten easier. It makes the story a bit more fun, because the stories of games have improved a lot more. And being immersed in the story is good, and dying lots and lots of times doesn't help with the game's story. But where it's so easy that you complete it so quick, I mean, I bought Assassin's Creed looking for a game which I could take some time over, maybe spend a lot of time on, like the equivalent of maybe Skyrim or Mass Effect, where you have people doing 230-hour walkthroughs of the games. I expected this to be maybe not 230 hours, but covering me for a week or two games-wise. But this provided less than a day's worth of gaming. So I'm rather disappointed by that. So I guess next I'll talk about the new mechanics. There is only a couple of new kind of game mechanics. One being the hook and blade, which is a great new feature. It allows you to do a lot of new stuff, some new kind of combo kills, as well as use of zip lines in the game. Which allows you to jump on zip lines and you can assassinate people from them. They're a great way to get around. The only issue I had, again, with the hook blade, again, has to do with how easy the game was. You got the hook blade right from the beginning. Literally, as soon as you get into Constantinople, it's like the first thing you get given. You have to do it, and then the mission you complete with it is just climb a building. I would have thought it would have been better to have how they did it in Assassin's Creed 2, I do believe, where there's buildings you couldn't climb until you got the extra jump feature, like the boost jump. And I think it should have done it like that, where you got the device some way into the game, and there's things you couldn't do until you got it. There was missions you couldn't complete, there's buildings you couldn't climb, and treasures you couldn't get until you got to this stage in the game. I thought it was a bit, again, just making it easy for the player. Too easy, it just didn't make it any fun. It was just too easy. I'm getting a bit repetitive with that, but that's how I felt. It was a bit too easy just to be given it straight away. As far as the multiplayer goes of the game, I haven't actually played any multiplayer yet. From what I've heard, it's a lot like that of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Just new maps, new characters, not many new game modes. So I'm probably not going to try it that much. I'll probably try it once or twice. Might try to get the achievements on it, which I hate, by the way. Multiplayer achievements is always a bad thing. It's a cop out by developers. I hate it when they do it. But I might try do that, just to try to get those achievements, as I said. But one of the other things about the game, story-wise, the game does not give any. As far as being called Revelations, it doesn't give that much information. If anything, it ties out. It ends Ezio's story and ends Altair's story. But as far as Desmond goes, it gives you very, very few answers to all the questions you probably had at the end of Assassin's Creed Brotherhood and Assassin's Creed 2 if you played them. So those things it doesn't tend to answer. Instead, it gives you a couple more questions for Desmond, and you have no answers at all for them. It just confuses you more and more. So, I was talking to one of my friends today about the game, and we were talking about what's going to happen in the next one, and we were discussing some options, and I don't know, we don't know where they're going to take it from here, Ubisoft. It looks set to be modern day. There's no setup at all for any other assassin. It's set up instead for Desmond, it looks like, so it looks like it, well, not modern day, future, because I do believe it's set in 2050, the game, or something around that. So I guess we shall see what happens in the next one. I mean, it's still a year to go, because I've completed this one already. I've literally got 300 and... I can't remember how many days are in a year, but how many days are in a year, minus 2, that's how many days I've got to wait for the next one. So, that didn't serve me for very long. I might take it back soon. But, yeah. I hope you enjoyed this review. I guess overall I'd give the game a 7, 8 out of 10. Compared to the others, I would have given maybe a 9 or 10 out of 10 the games. So yeah, this one was a bit of a disappointment, but still a game I'd recommend you to play. If you're a fan of the series, it's still a fun game, gives you some more information on the series. But, in my conclusion, not the best Assassin's Creed, and Ubisoft could have done better.